welcome my dear students, grade 10 K IGCSE. Inshallah, today we'll make a quick revision about chemistry, especially for topic, don't remember its number, but extraction of metals. Okay, when we talk about extraction of metals, when we talk about extraction of metals, we have to understand that most elements or metals are found in environment bonded to another elements, such as iron, for example. Iron is bonded to oxygen, forming Fe2O3, which is called hematite. And another example, zinc, for example, is found in its ore as zinc sulfide, ZnS, or what's called lead. Also, calcium is found as calcium carbonate, CaCO3. So, as you see, all elements or metals are found as ores or bonded to another elements. How to extract them? Firstly, let's talk about extraction of iron from its ore. Iron is found as hematite, and its extraction process occurs by reduction with carbon, C, or coke. Hematite has a formula Fe2O3. When this hematite reacts with carbon or carbon monoxide, all of those reaction gives iron plus carbon monoxide, okay, plus carbon monoxide. Also, hematite can be reduced by carbon monoxide, giving also iron plus, okay, carbon dioxide. So, in both cases, you have to understand that iron is reduced from iron positive 2 or positive 3, iron 3, to iron metal, okay, 0 oxidation state. So, this process is called reduction process. And this for why we call the process is reduction. Next, how to explain the process in the blast furnace. Blast furnace is a furnace, take this shape, okay, and have some openings inside it. First opening for moving slag outside the furnace place, and another opening for entrance of oxygen, okay, or hot air, and the last one here for obtaining of iron. So we have here 3 openings, one of them to obtain molten slag and the other to obtain iron. Molten slag, and here iron. So after blowing an oxygen or air inside this blast furnace, we can obtain iron at the end of the process. But what about the ore? The ore is, as we put the ore from this opening, hematite, Fe2O3, coke, which is carbon, okay, and we have carbon or calcium carbonate also. We have to add calcium carbonate also. So this is the ore and the other additions required for the extraction of iron. The process starts, as we said, by the burning of carbon in the presence of oxygen and forming carbon, okay, monoxide or carbon dioxide. Okay. Carbon dioxide react again or reduced with carbon, giving to carbon monoxide. The carbon monoxide next react with Fe2O3 or hematite and reduced it, giving iron. Okay, remember that oxidation state of iron here is +3 and oxidation state for the element is 0. All elements has oxidation state 0. Okay, now you can obtain iron plus CO2, carbon dioxide. The same process occurs during the extraction of zinc. Also, zinc is found as zinc sulfide and extracted also by reduction with carbon. But let's talk about some important points at the extraction process of iron. During the extraction of iron produced is contaminated with carbon at the end of the process and some acidic oxide such as silicon dioxide, okay, which is called sand. We have to do another process, okay, in addition to the extraction process with blast furnace. This process is called oxygen converter or using oxygen converter, or you have to put the extracted iron at oxygen converter. Oxygen converter is an instrument, okay, such as that you will put your metal here or iron, which is contaminated with carbon here, and after putting iron here, the iron will proceed another process which will give at the end iron with low concentration of carbon. Iron with contaminated with low concentration of carbon, which is called steel. Steel. This process is called oxygen converter or making steel. Let's move to extraction of zinc from zinc sulfide. Firstly, zinc sulfide will be oxidized. Zinc sulfide will be oxidized with oxygen, O2, and change to zinc oxide. Zinc sulfide firstly will react with oxygen and change into zinc sulfide. So the first step at extraction of zinc is to obtain zinc oxide. So how can you change zinc sulfide to zinc oxide? By reaction with oxygen. Next, zinc oxide will be react also with oxygen, okay, or reduced with carbon and give zinc as metal plus carbon dioxide. If we took to the end carbon dioxide, this is a process of extracting zinc. Okay, so this is all about extraction of some metals. But if there another method for extraction of most reactive metals such as sodium from its ore as sodium chloride, table salt, as we learned it at the chapter of electrolysis, sodium can be extracted from sodium chloride by electrolysis. By what? Electrolysis. So reduction process cannot be used here because sodium is very reactive element, okay, than carbon. Reactive than carbon. So carbon cannot be used to reduce sodium chloride, and also magnesium, this process. So sometimes you have a reaction about the protection of metals. Protection of metals. How can we protect metals? Protection of metals includes some process. Most of them are common, such as coating with oil, grease, and some substances which make a prevention, okay, or a protection for the metal from reaction with oxygen or water. Another method is called galvanizing. Galvanizing also used, you can coat iron, okay, such as that, with another metal which is more reactive than iron, such as zinc. In fact, zinc will be oxidized or react with oxygen instead of iron and forming zinc oxide, and this represents an protection for iron. So galvanization is a process by which we can protect iron, okay, by using another metal which is reactive than iron. And this all about extraction of metals and questions which come about extraction of metals, and the most important two metals, zinc and iron. Thank you.